With a new route, support from corporate sponsors Sanlam and local athletics organisations, the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon hopes to join prestigious major global events such as the New York and the Boston Marathons and support local charities.
You know, I think the marathon, 42.2 kilometers, is an absolute iconic distance. You know, it's been part of the Olympic Games, you know, from the first year. You know, it's always the final event of the Olympic Games. It finished just before the closing ceremony. So it truly is an iconic event. You know, we've got great ultra distances in South Africa with the Comrades Marathon and Two Oceans, but you know, it's not the standard iconic marathon distance. You know, and South Africa, you know, I just think there's a piece of the puzzle missing if we don't create a marathon that we can be appealing for, you know, not only for people from South Africa and Africa, but for the rest of the world to come and, you know, to come and participate and, you know, and celebrate the camaraderie and of an iconic event.
Well, I've always been surprised that in Africa and South Africa we don't have a marathon, a global marathon that people want to come and run. And what is the reason for that? So if you've got a city in Cape Town, a city like Cape Town, that people have just voted in New York as the city to go to, the #1 city to go to. People in the East have just voted as the #1 city to go to. There's 10 million marathon runners globally that run 2 marathons in the world. They just need an excuse to come to Cape Town. And we are giving them that excuse. We've changed the route. It's a fantastic route. It's a tough route. It's flat and fast, but it's got its heartbreak hill, which will be a story in itself. It covers all the scenic aspects of Cape Town, from the foreshore, the stadium, right through District 6, going through Newlands, the Commons, and I think it's a spectacular route. So if people say to me, well, are you not ambitious and saying that it can be a global marathon? I'm saying, give me one reason why not.
In South Africa, we do not have a state or a certified labelled race, not necessarily race, but a marathon in South Africa. And what are the different elements? They vary. Prize money is one of them. The DNA of the brand itself, what it stands for, the heritage, its history, where it's positioned in the country, what it stands for, and aspects associated with elite fields, how many countries of participants are coming to the elite field, and then prize money. Road closure is a big thing, safety is a huge thing, and sustainability. Those are the kind of elements that they start measuring you against, and they're very specific criteria.
All charities are very close to my heart, and whenever I do something there will always be a corporate social investment side of it. So anything we do will have that angle. But if you look at the best of breed in marathons in the world, the London Marathon is by far the biggest charity event ever. It's magnificent what they do. If you go to Boston, it's one of the best run community marathons because the community actually embrace the marathon and they run it. And New York is New York, it's a city. So we've combined all 3 of those elements. We brought charity to the party, and to run for somebody else in a marathon is really special. To do all the training and you're doing it for somebody else in need, that makes you run the marathon, it makes you not quit. And we've brought that element in, and they're also manning some of our water stations. We looked at the scenery, the city of Cape Town, and I've touched on that. And the third element is community. So the community involvement as we run through the boroughs or the suburbs in Cape Town, that'll make this marathon successful.
I chose to challenge myself to run the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. It's my first full marathon, and I'm not a runner, so it's a huge challenge for me to get through this, and it's going really well so far. But on top of that, I've decided to raise 250,000 Rand for the Sunflower Fund, and if I achieve this, I will be shaving all of my hair off at the finish line of the Sanlam Cape Town Marathon. So there's a lot at stake, there's a lot that I've still got to do, and I'm looking forward to the challenges ahead.